Hello everyone, and welcome to my Sister Wives For You channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Finally, Kody and Robyn are saddled with $2,220 in debt. Robyn's luxury has left them bankrupt. Fans of Sister Wives have long speculated that Kody Brown and his only remaining wife, Robyn Brown, have been living beyond their means, and now, it seems the chickens are finally coming home to roost. Reports have surfaced that the controversial couple is officially saddled with a $2,220 debt they've failed to address, and for viewers who've watched their luxury spending escalate over the years, this feels like long-awaited karma. While $2,220 might not seem like a catastrophic amount on paper, it's symbolic of a much larger issue that fans and former family members have been pointing out for years. Robyn's lavish taste and Kody's refusal to live within his financial limits have finally left the once polygamous pair exposed. And this isn't just about unpaid taxes or minor oversights. This is a red flag that speaks volumes about the Browns' financial disarray post-polygamy. Let's unravel the shocking reality behind their dwindling fortune and how Robyn's quest for luxury may have pushed them to the brink of bankruptcy. For years, fans have watched with increasing disbelief as Kody and Robyn lived in the largest, most extravagant home among all the Brown family members. Their sprawling Flagstaff mansion, which reportedly boasts multiple bedrooms, bathrooms, and enough square footage to make anyone's jaw drop, stood in stark contrast to the smaller rental homes and trailers that Mary, Janelle, and Christine lived in. While the other wives struggled with affordability, moving frequently and expressing financial concerns, Kody and Robyn appeared to be living large without concern for consequences. But now, that facade has cracked. The $2,220 debt they owe, reportedly in unpaid property-related obligations or delinquent taxes, serves as a jarring reminder that no one, not even Kody and Robyn, is immune to the realities of mismanaged finances. It's especially damning considering how often Kody dismissed the concerns of his other wives, particularly Janelle and Christine, when they brought up financial strain. Janelle, for instance, poured money into the family's Coyote Pass land and dreamed of building a modest home for herself, only to be left in limbo. Christine, too, made sacrifices and shared her frustrations about money being unequally distributed among the wives. And Mary, though always independent in many ways, was often left out of critical financial decisions. Meanwhile, Robyn was seen buying expensive furnishings, decked out in high-end jewelry, and making choices that prioritized comfort and image over practicality. Many fans saw Robyn as having the princess suite, while the other wives struggled. And now, it seems the so-called palace is cracking at the financial seams. What's most striking is how small the debt figure is when compared to the Brown family's history of large income from sister wives. They reportedly earn thousands per episode, with income from book deals, cameo, and brand partnerships. Yet somehow, despite years of financial advantage, Kody and Robyn now find themselves unable to cover a few $1,000s in basic obligations. Fans are calling this poetic justice. It seems the lifestyle they insisted on maintaining, one that excluded the other wives but included luxurious decor, fancy holiday setups, and costly living expenses, has come back to haunt them. The internet has erupted with speculation. If they can't afford this, what else are they hiding? Is this the tip of the iceberg? Robyn, once touted as the favorite wife, is now under heavier scrutiny than ever. Many believe her influence on Kody was the catalyst for the family's financial decline. Robyn allegedly insisted on buying the Flagstaff mansion instead of renting, despite objections. Kody, desperate to keep her happy, obliged. But the cost of that decision is now becoming clearer. The home may have looked like a castle on the outside, but the financial burden it created could be the very thing that brings their so-called kingdom down. Fans are also pointing fingers at Robyn's online boutique, My Sister Wife's Closet, which hasn't seen meaningful activity in years. Once touted as a family business venture, it now stands as a symbol of a failed financial promise and possibly a money pit. But it's not just about money. This new debt revelation puts Kody and Robyn's entire dynamic under a microscope. Their insistence that they were building a solid, righteous life, while the rest of the family seemingly crumbled, now rings hollow. How can they preach about unity and moral superiority when they can't manage basic financial responsibilities? The optics are worse than ever. Robyn's image as the elegant, spiritual, and misunderstood wife has faded. In its place stands a woman many now see as a driving force behind the implosion of the Brown family legacy, a woman who may have traded emotional harmony and fiscal responsibility for temporary luxury and status. This $2,220 might not bankrupt them tomorrow, but it adds credibility to the whispers that have surrounded the Browns for years. Are they house poor? Do they rely on sister wives' checks to keep up appearances? Will more debt surface, revealing a pattern of neglect and overspending? And where does Kody's leadership stand in all of this? He's long touted himself as a man who provides and protects. But now that he's down to one wife, and even she is dealing with debt, viewers are questioning whether Kody ever truly had control over his finances or his family. Let's not forget the emotional aspect of all this either. Christine has flourished since leaving, finding happiness with David Woolley and building a new life filled with laughter and real love. Janelle, too, has shown signs of healing, focusing on her health and independence. Mary, while still navigating her path, appears freer without the emotional chains of her marriage. All three ex-wives seem lighter, unburdened, and financially more responsible. Compare that to Kody and Robyn, who are now tied to a home they may not be able to afford and debts they can't seem to pay, and it paints a devastating portrait of who really won after the split. Robyn once said that she didn't want to be the last wife standing, but here she is, alone with Kody in a mansion that might just be sinking under the weight of its own grandeur. While she may have once thought she secured the most powerful position, the reality is that the emotional and financial cost of her choices are starting to show. Fans believe that this debt is more than just an unpaid bill. It's a symbol of karma, of imbalance, and of a house built not on love, but on illusions. Kody and Robyn's dream life may now be collapsing, one overdue bill at a time. As season 20 of Sister Wives looms, this debt could very well become a central storyline. Will Robyn finally address the financial reality she helped create? Will Kody be forced to downsize? Will they admit to financial missteps? Or will they double down on the illusion of control? Whatever happens, one thing is certain. The era of Kody and Robyn's untouchable luxury is over. The $2,220 debt is just the beginning, and fans are watching closely for what falls next. The mansion, the marriage, or maybe, just maybe, the whole facade they fought so hard to preserve. The whispers of financial turmoil in the Brown household have now turned into roars. This $2,220 debt has cracked open the polished exterior of Kody and Robyn's carefully crafted world, and now more questions are flooding in than answers. Fans, critics, and even former loyalists are asking the same thing. How did it get this bad? After years of receiving substantial paychecks from sister wives, how is it that the last couple standing is struggling to stay afloat? For many, this moment has become symbolic. Not just of poor financial planning, but of emotional entitlement, ego-driven decisions, and the consequences of favoring appearance over substance. Robyn's taste for the finer things didn't go unnoticed over the years. Longtime viewers remember the early seasons of Sister Wives, when the entire family shared tight quarters in Utah, pooling their resources to get by. Back then, there was an emphasis on family unity and cooperation. But as Robyn entered the picture, there was a noticeable shift. Kody began spending more time and more money on her. She didn't settle into the family dynamic the way Christine, Janelle, or Mary had. Instead, she came in with expectations. A new house, new furniture, expensive moves. And Kody, seemingly blinded by his devotion to Robyn, gave in every time. Critics say this pattern of indulgence created a dangerous financial imbalance. It wasn't just about who got what, it was about who was expected to sacrifice. Christine sacrificed her dreams of a bigger kitchen. Janelle sacrificed her plans to build on Coyote Pass. Mary watched her marriage crumble while investing in her own business, just to survive. Meanwhile, Robyn enjoyed the security of a massive home, luxury items, and Kody's undivided attention. Many fans argue that this set the stage for the eventual breakdown of the Brown family, emotionally and financially. Now, with this new debt revelation, the financial favoritism is glaring. And what's worse is the contrast between Robyn's current lifestyle and the hardships the other wives faced after leaving Kody. Janelle admitted she left the marriage with essentially nothing. Christine had to build her life back from scratch in Utah. Mary faced the harsh reality of emotional neglect and financial isolation. Yet it's Kody and Robyn, the ones who claimed they were building something solid, who now appear to be on shaky ground. The irony isn't lost on fans. Kody once called Christine selfish for leaving. He accused Janelle of not being committed enough. He emotionally distanced himself from Mary and refused to work on their marriage. But now, with only Robyn left by his side, the stability he claimed he wanted seems like a myth. The man who once boasted about managing multiple households is now struggling to keep just one out of debt. And Robyn, who always insisted she didn't want to be the favorite, is now under fire for living like a queen while the kingdom falls apart. This $2,220 is more than a number, it's a symbol of denial. If they can't handle a debt of this size, what happens when something bigger hits? Property taxes, medical bills, maintenance on their massive home. The couple seems increasingly ill-prepared for the reality of downsizing, financially or emotionally. Sources close to the family suggest that Robyn has resisted the idea of selling the house, despite advice to the contrary. Allegedly, she wants to hold on to the life she believes she and Kody have earned. But viewers are wondering, at what cost? Their extravagant lifestyle is no longer being underwritten by a unified family. There are no sister wives to help with household bills, childcare, or emotional support. It's just Kody and Robyn now, and without that communal structure, the financial burden is heavy. The Flagstaff housing market is unforgiving. Taxes are high. Utility bills for a house that size are staggering. With fewer people sharing the expenses and possibly declining income from TLC as ratings fluctuate, the once glamorous lifestyle has become unsustainable. Robyn's luxury furnishings and decor, once proudly showcased during Sister Wives tours of her home, now feel like relics of an era that's ending. The chandeliers, the plush, white sofas, the ornate wall art. Viewers used to marvel or scoff at how Robyn lived. Now they look at it with pity or schadenfreude. That house, meant to be a dream home, now resembles a gilded cage, and Robyn is trapped inside it with a man who's burned bridges with nearly every other woman he ever called a wife. Let's not forget the emotional toll. Robyn has cried on camera many times, lamenting the collapse of the family, but fans now question how genuine those tears were. Some believe she wasn't mourning the loss of unity, but rather the loss of control. With the other wives gone, Robyn is left with full responsibility, not just for Kody, but for the consequences of the choices she actively helped make. Kody, once the central figure of the Brown clan, is now viewed as a financially careless, emotionally immature man who is too distracted by Robyn to lead his family wisely. And while $2,220 might seem minor compared to the hundreds of thousands the family has dealt with in the past, it raises a bigger concern. What else haven't they paid? What bills are stacking up behind closed doors? What corners are they cutting just to make things look normal on TV? Viewers are already speculating whether Kody and Robyn will have to sell the Flagstaff mansion, move into a smaller home, or, worst of all, beg TLC for a spin-off just to keep the lights on. There's also the possibility that this financial tension will leak into the new season of Sister Wives. With Christine and Janelle gaining fan-favorite status and commanding their own narrative arcs, Kody and Robyn are now seen as the villains of the show. This debt bombshell only reinforces that image. Fans expect that Season 20 could reveal more money issues, more tension, and maybe even more conflict between Kody and Robyn themselves. If the pressure of debt continues to mount, will cracks appear in their relationship too? Robyn's children, particularly the older ones like Dayton and Aurora, are also growing up in this environment. What kind of financial education are they receiving? Are they being taught to live within their means? Or Are they being raised in a world of borrowed luxury and emotional dependency? Robyn has always positioned herself as a devoted mother, but being a role model also means showing your kids how to live responsibly. This debt is a signal that the Browns may be failing that lesson. And then there's the issue of public image. Robyn and Kody have long tried to maintain the illusion that they are the spiritually aligned, righteous couple at the center of a divine plan. But what's righteous about debt? What's spiritual about excess while others suffer? Fans have begun turning against them more aggressively than ever, calling them out on social media and demanding accountability. This isn't just a family matter anymore. It's a public downfall. So, what's next for Kody and Robyn? If they're willing to swallow their pride, they may be forced to downsize dramatically.
Sell the mansion.
Move into a rental.
Cut spending.
Maybe even apologize publicly for the way they mishandled the family finances. But knowing Kody's ego and Robyn's pride, that seems unlikely. Instead, fans expect they'll continue to pretend everything is fine until the debts pile too high to ignore. In the end, the $2,220 debt is more than just a number on a ledger. It's the embodiment of a failed dream. A once powerful patriarch and his favored wife, brought to their knees by the very lifestyle they insisted on preserving. They sacrificed unity for exclusivity, practicality for prestige, and now they are paying the price, literally. The house of cards is falling, and Kody and Robyn are trapped underneath it, wondering how everything unraveled so fast. And for the ex-wives, Christine, Janelle, and Mary, the view from outside looks better every day. They've moved on, picked themselves up, and embraced independence. Meanwhile, Kody and Robyn are left holding the bill. And if history tells us anything, this is just the beginning of the financial storm.